So I'm sitting here with our friend Doug Humphreys, also our church administrator. And during the course of the week, that as we were having conversations, several things he said caught my attention in association with our teaching subject this morning. What are we afraid of with the Holy Spirit? And in part, Doug was telling me about his experience as a baseball player. Now, Doug and I really love baseball. In fact, we love the Dodgers. And of course, spring training right around the corner. In fact, Dave, maybe you could follow me here. Got a few bobbleheads on my desk. Do you see this here? When I'm really having a tough decision associated with the church, I ask Joe Torrey, should I do it, Joe? Should I do it? And Joe goes, yes or no. So anyway, Doug and I really like baseball. And in part, that's because we were both pretty phenomenal players in our day, weren't we?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Doug, of course, a strapping man, could hit the bomb. He could really hit the home run. But I digress. Part of the reason I bring this up is his story revolves around being a baseball player and living like his teammates. Now, Doug and I both know from sitting on the bench and on the bus with like our teammates that baseball players can curse like sailors. Apologies to you if you are a sailor. And he was mentioning his own struggle with this as he came to know Christ and asked for God's power and the Holy Spirit to begin to shape his life. So, enough of me. Doug, tell us more about your experience with God and the Holy Spirit and how he began to transform your life.
Oh, definitely. Well, when I was a freshman in high school, one of my coaches was also my counselor, was a young life leader at our school. Mm-hmm. And he invited a bunch of us to go to a Wednesday night service at Life Center, Foursquare in Spokane. And, we just wanted to hang out with the coach, so we decided, hey, let's go. Good excuse to get away from home. Freshmen, what else are we going to do? So we did that and really loved that experience and really started to go regularly, Wednesday night services with the teammates. And then the next thing you knew, we were going to church more often and like, wow, really love this. So did that for 3 years and, would have considered myself a Christian. But, I didn't necessarily live my life that way. Definitely had some experiences that, people would maybe say that weren't the best.
Sure.
But one of the things that was a big deal was the fact that, I just cussed. Every other word was a swear word. And I didn't even think of it. I mean, it was just natural, just like breathing was, especially the F word was just, part of my vocabulary.
Can you imagine this guy? I mean, this guy's so great, right? I can't imagine, but apparently.
Oh, no, I mean, I go back and look at even at my yearbooks and just, a sentence is riddled with, just guys that I liked and I would, just be cussing them out. So, after my junior year, we had an opportunity to go to a Young Life camp, Woodleaf in Northern California. It was supposed to be a campaigner camp for kids that already know Christ. And it was really just an amazing experience. We had an awesome speaker. Ray Donatucci was there, and he spoke on the Holy Spirit. And I'll be honest with you, even though I'd gone to a Foursquare church for 3 years, I just really hadn't really known much about the Holy Spirit. And just like, of course I knew about Jesus, and that was real concrete. I'm reading about Jesus in the Bible and God, but the Holy Spirit was just kind of abstract to me.
Yeah.
And so he just kind of laid it on the line and said, the Holy Spirit can be such a powerful impact to your life. You ask him to take over your heart and to change your heart, and he can do that. And so he challenged us to say, if there's something in your life that you can't let go of, and that you whatever it is, whether it's drinking or smoking pot or language, that I challenge you to go, ask the Holy Spirit for help. And so I spent 2 solid days away from people. You're at Young Life camp chasing girls, and I just spent 2 days, not doing any of that. I didn't even sleep in my cabin. I slept out in the woods, which was awesome. Northern California is warm enough in July. But I just asking God. And my first question to God was, I don't know if I really want to sell out, if I want to give you my whole life. And so my first question was either I'm for you or against you. And then when it finally came to the realization, I want to be for you. I want to give up everything. What kind of things do you want me to give up? And he said, your language. And, that really hit me like, I don't know how to do that. And so then Ray's talk came back to me and said, ask the Holy Spirit for guidance and for help. And so, I prayed, and I also asked one of my other buddies, Matt, who I played baseball with, that, hey, we really want to get rid of this out of our life. And he said, yeah, no, I do too. So we both prayed together that he would help us get rid of the language. And I said, you know what, I want to rid it totally out of my life, so make me sick. I want you to make me feel like I'm going to vomit if I say it or hear it or whatever it is. And just, I want to take this seriously. And so we kind of left it there and, went on with camp, and it was this amazing experience. Just kind of, a new feeling of freshness. And so, it was the next week we were back from camp and playing American Legion baseball. You're out there with the guys and just back in the dugout, and I heard one of my teammates just, railing on another guy on another team, and just dropping the F-bomb. And I felt nauseous. And I forgot for a second, I'm like, what is wrong with me? I'm not feeling good. And it came back to me like, this is what I had asked for. I had asked the Holy Spirit to convict me and to wash this out of my life. And it was weird. From that point forward, it never was an issue. And this was something that was ingrained in me, and it was gone.
Wow. What a great story. I mean, to the point where now I don't know Doug in that way at all. I know him post-Christ, post-power of the Holy Spirit beginning to unfold in his life, and I don't think I've ever heard a word close to that coming out of his mouth. And I have seen him very frustrated. Not with any of you. Not with any of you. So, very briefly, Doug, tell us what you think some of us may be feeling in association with the Holy Spirit and what we're afraid of. Why would we ever be afraid of the Holy Spirit? Or what fear might we feel in association with the Holy Spirit?
Well, for me, and I even feel this to this day at times, and I have to go to my own mentors and ask for guidance. It's the feeling of inadequacy, of you have people that say that, well, you need to have this and you need to have that. You need to make sure if you don't have tongues, you don't have the Holy Spirit. If you don't have this, you don't have the Holy Spirit. And I just reflect back on my life and how much the Holy Spirit's really guided me through some decisions and through that time when I was in high school. And I just think, Lord, do I really have the Holy Spirit? And I start questioning myself and or maybe I just don't have it completely. Maybe they're right, and just unsure.
Yeah. Very good. Thanks for helping us.
You're welcome.
Have fun in Mexico.
Hey, thanks.